Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com. This is the chart, the new moon, 13th of June 2018. And the new moon is always about fresh, new beginnings. And something I've mentioned before, it's a very good time to make new moon wishes. And they operate for at least 48 hours after a new moon. So this is all about Gemini, communication. And Mercury, which is Gemini's planet, has just moved on the 12th. It actually moved sign. It moved into the sign of Cancer. Now it stays there right up until the end of the month, the 29th of June. So Mercury is all about, in Cancer, about family, feelings, emotions. Cancer is the sign of the crab. It's very protective of family. And of course, we have the summer solstice occurring on the 21st next week. Now, also, what's really interesting, Mercury's just moved sign on the 12th. And on the 13th, and that was late, just a few hours later, Venus changed sign. So Venus is now in the sign of Leo. Leo is to do with the sun. It's the king. It's the heart. It's that lovely warm energy, which of course is traditionally to do with the summer in the Northern Hemisphere. So what's going to happen next? Well, we've got these things changing signs. So we've got, first of all, Mercury's changed sign. The sun, of course, will change sign on the 21st. And then that Venus sign in Leo goes up until July the 10th. Another very key date this month is Mars. Mars will go retrograde, and that's on June the 26th. And I'm putting on another webinar and looking particularly at Mars with the south node of the moon. This is it here, down here in Aquarius. So for you who have any planet at 9 degrees, you will be very much tuned in, is the word, for this Mars, very important Mars retrograde in Aquarius. It's very rare. Last happened in 1971, to put it in perspective. Venus also now moving into Leo will start to oppose, so Mars and Venus opposite each other, which is of course, something, attraction is magnetic. It's the lovers coming together. And in the tarot, the lovers card is actually the Gemini. It's a representation of Gemini, the twins. And that aspect of twin, twin souls, and the twin towns, cities often happen, don't they? So that sense of a gateway is very true for Gemini. The actual constellation is very important because it actually is to do the whole myth of Castor and Pollux, the twins, who one would be in heaven, one would be on earth. And also, a client I spoke to this week, the sun is very close at 22 degrees of Gemini to be opposite what is called the galactic center. It's around 24, 26 of Sagittarius. So we're having messages coming through over the next few days, definitely, especially on Saturday. Now, why do I say that? Okay, I'll show you. Because on Saturday, 16th of June, it's 13:14, what's happening then is the moon and Venus join. Now, Venus is an evening star this year. And when the moon joins Venus, it's opening a chakra. And this is the heart chakra. And Leo is very much the sign to do with the heart. So this is royalty. This is the archetype of the queen or the king. And of course, the Queen with Meghan Markle was in the news just today. The sun, here it is, just what I was describing. The sun here is virtually bang on opposite that galactic center. So it's the heart. If you think of our solar system, and our solar system going around the galaxy, and this is tuning in very strongly to something bigger than the personal, something quite magnificent. There you see, here we have that Mars South Node conjunction. Mars is so slow now because it's going to go retrograde. which is true of any planet when it goes retrograde. You'll see that Venus moon looking west. All planets rise in the east and they set in the west. Right up until after, of course, it gets the sun sets. You'll see it up until about 11:30 British summertime. And Venus is the brightest object in the night sky apart from the moon. But seeing the moon with Venus, a lovely crescent moon, it will be a wonderful time to make sure you go outside for a walk and look up and see what messages you receive. I did this the other night and I discovered an architect firm in my very road where I live called Archangel. Wow, I mean, what a sign that is. So signs have to be very, very exact, obvious. So archangels are surrounding and being with us. I mean, we don't see them, but so many people do actually have visions. Also, at this extraordinary Moon-Venus conjunction, Mercury, 7 of Cancer, is opposite Saturn. It's only just past that degree, which is a very important message of commitment to something that will last. So Saturn in Capricorn is very, very good, be its own sign. So commitment to your heart, your feelings. Okay, that's the idea with Mercury in Cancer, the feeling sign. The next event will be Neptune. Neptune will go retrograde, okay, on the 19th of the month. Now, this isn't a major event. It's not something that kind of hits you right between the eyes. Neptune is so far away. It's very much about dreams and visions, and it's very soft. You think of water and softness that water can have, those waves. So Neptune is, will be retrograde, and only if you're really tuned in to it will you notice it. It's not, as I said, it's not a dramatic event, and it does it every year. Okay, not unusual. But also notice Mercury in Cancer will be connecting Jupiter and Neptune. And when does that happen? I hear you asking. Well, the next event, major event of the month, of course, is the summer solstice. So here is the chart. Again, it's set for London, but I'm not using the ascendant as such, though you can see it's here. It's 9 of Virgo. So here we see that Venus opposite Mars. So Venus is Leo, so this is very much about expression of creativity. And that's the theme that goes right through the month as Venus is in Leo. Personal expression. It doesn't have to be a painting or a piece of music. It can be cooking something really beautiful, food-wise, or creating a garden. But anything that brings your heart, you feel, my heart is alive. I'm really vibrating to this summer energy. Mercury, here it is, 16 of Cancer, forming what is called a grand trine in water signs, so Neptune in Pisces, Jupiter in Scorpio, Mercury in Cancer, full of feelings. And, this is a time that most people know, celebrate the summer solstice, that longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. So this is something that we could be over emotional because it's involving the personal planet of Mercury. But also it's that sense of being open to inspiration and following our highest ideals. Compassion is there. That's Neptune in Pisces. Jupiter in Scorpio can be, Scorpio 3 signs, by the way, 3 symbols rather. Scorpio is the scorpion, but then the eagle with great vision, and then the phoenix or the dove, rising, and then being reborn. So maybe there is something that you've been thinking about. This is a very beautiful time to give birth to it. And Cancer is traditionally, it is to do with the womb. It's the second chakra in the body. So whatever it is, this is building to, of course, the next full moon, which will be on the 28th of June. So those are some key dates. Cancer, nurturing, mother, caring, protective, the womb. You know, that's what Mercury is saying, Gemini's planet. Gemini, light-hearted. Okay, light-hearted, fun, frivolous, the butterfly, the ability to adapt. That's Mercury, that's Gemini, being adaptable. So we've got these two interweaving energies and adding in Venus in Leo. So that is my take on the new moon and some key dates for you. And I look forward to hopefully welcoming you to my Mars retrograde webinar. And it will be next Tuesday, it will be actually on the 19th at 7:30 British Summer Time. So click the link on my website page and you can sign up and you'll get the recording. If you don't sign up, I'm sorry, you won't get the recording. I'm not publicising this one. So it's very much an intimate time. And I also offer a very important healing process. So if you're in a fight with anyone, and that's the problem with Mars retrograde with the South Node, notice past life stuff, old stuff is coming up for healing at this time. Thank you for watching. Carruthers, HealingStars.com.